Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, sorry, I'm doing that movie from Robin Williams. Good morning, Vietnam. I think that's what it was called. Good morning, Vietnam. Brought me back to 19. Shoot, I always forget this. I think it was 80. Wow, I think it was 88. No, it was 88 because Lindy Infante was the coach. So Lindy Infante became the Packers coach 1988. My dad and my mom brought me out to Lambeau Field for the second time. We drove, and he said I could bring a friend, my dad. So I brought one of my friends at the time, and we drove out there, and we ordered a movie, and that was the movie we ordered the night before. I remember before we went out to see the Packers, or one of the nights because we drove out there. I think it was like a week. We hung out for a week, but the movie was Good Morning Vietnam. All right. Had a tough day yesterday. I just didn't, I felt off. It was weird because I've been off. It was Monday. It still was Monday, although I was off for the summer. So every day just could be Friday, which is great. Wonderful. But I just didn't feel great. I just didn't feel great. I felt real hungry. I know I fasted 38 hours on Friday, and I got as low as 170.6, before I went out to eat, or 170.8 before I went out to eat. Ate a huge meal, but not as huge as I did on the 18th of July. Ate, like I said, 4,300 calories, 4,500 calories. Then kind of got back on track the next day. Didn't feel great with stomach because my stomach wasn't used to eating the junk. And then Sunday, I had a pretty decent day. I had a decent day. I didn't feel terrible. Didn't feel great, but I didn't feel terrible. Worked out 3 hours after church. But yesterday, for some reason, I just felt heavy and wanted to eat, lazy. Although I worked out, did 2 hours on the bike, and I did legs. Today I did back and crunches and legs and squats. Always do squats every day most times, unless it's a real rest day and it's just a cardio day. I'll just do some squats, some air squats. But just didn't feel great. So I got to bounce back. Tough day yesterday. I got to bounce back. I did weigh 175.4 before I ate last night. And then I kind of felt like I overate a little bit. I had some Cool Whip with some peanut butter. Just felt like I ate too much. And then I had a couple of Hot Pockets. And my wife had made a couple of pieces of chicken, not fried. And had a little iced tea, water. Just had some coffee when I got up today. And that's it. I got to get another hard workout in today. I'm looking to see. It's a little sunny, partly cloudy. I'm losing my color. As you can see, my arms are color, but not my upper arms because I wear long sleeves most of the time, or longer sleeves. Packers play. Exciting time for the Packers, of course, for me, is they play again on TV, which is exciting, live on the NFL Network. Live. I feel like Christopher Walken. Live. Or sound like him. Trying to sound like him. Have it your way. Have it your way. Have it your way. Live. Live. Anyhow, sorry. Packers play Denver at 9 o'clock in Denver, Colorado on Friday. But it's live at least. Like when I'm going to bore you now. Years ago, they would play the preseason games at a sports bar. You could actually go. They would get the coordinates. I would give them the coordinates from the Packer Report, and they would set it up for me, and I would watch even the preseason games live. And then I guess around, Todd, you could probably help me, probably around 2005, they started putting them on NFL Network, or maybe no, probably up until like 2007, maybe 2007, I think. You couldn't go to sports bars and get them anymore. They weren't playing them on the coordinate. They weren't giving you the coordinates where it was kind of not free, but you ate there at the sports bar. So then I had to wait for the game to replay it. They would replay the games, and I, the game would be over. I'd listen to it on the Packer website or track it. I would track it, the plays, and then the Packers started putting it on free on their website, and I would listen to Wayne Larrivee, announcer Larry McCarron. Listen to the game, and then when it would come on 3-4 hours later, I would watch it live and just see what I had just listened to. So that was like in 2007, I believe. And then, at least they were putting it on. I could watch the preseason games. But for years, I would just go to the sports bar. They would play the preseason games. You could see it. Stop that. And I know there's all types of streaming, which I have not streamed yet, anything. It's going to be a very rough year now. We'll get into that another day. Peacock and all these. Thanksgiving is going to be a rough one, too, if they don't put it on. If they don't put it on the facility, the chain that I go to. It's going to be very frustrating. And I don't really want to go out as a 54-year-old now. I just don't want to be in bars and don't want to. But that's kind of how I've been watching now the last 7, 8 years, 9 years. Used to have DirecTV, don't have that. Yeah, man, they're not making it easy. So I know I'm ranting and raving over here, an old head. But what is what was my point? So yeah, so just to have it live, I guess that's my point. They're going to be on again live 9 o'clock. Even though it was rough to watch last week, that one was live. I got that one and got this one, and they only got one more after that. All right, everybody, that's it. I'm gonna get to work, get to working out, get to walking or getting the biking, and got to control myself from the eating because I had too much Cool Whip and peanut butter, I believe. That's a good mix, though. If you ever want to try that, Cool Whip and peanut butter, not bad. But my cheat day is coming up on Saturday. It will be my third real cheat day from the summer. Can't wait. Excited. I'm gonna throw down, but still trying to watch. So yeah, so from 175.4, I was 179 last year at this date, and heavier the last 2 years, summer. So still hanging in there, but I can feel myself slipping a little bit. I know when you're constantly dieting, constantly cutting, not easy, not easy as you get older, but no excuses. Go hard or go home. Everybody have a great day. Be safe. And of course, as always, go Pack Go.